Alright, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you might just blow your mind. What if I told you that something as simple, something as private, as taking care of yourself in a way most men never talk about could actually be a secret weapon for your health? Could it supercharge your inner drive, your zest for life, and even slash your risk of that dreaded word cancer? It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Like something whispered in the shadows. But say with me, because the information we're about to unpack could completely revolutionize how you view your own well-being, especially as the years start to tick by. Today, we're daring to crack open a topic that's often locked away, hidden behind closed doors, a subject that makes so many men, especially those of us over the big 5-0, squirm in their seats just thinking about it, let alone actually discussing it. I'm talking about masturbation. Now, hold on. Don't go clicking away just yet. Take a deep breath and really hear me out. This isn't about shame, it's not about judgment. In fact, it's the absolute opposite. This is about understanding your magnificent body, embracing the perfectly natural changes that come with the incredible journey of aging, and discovering how something so deeply personal could be an incredibly powerful tool in your health arsenal. Let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. When was the last time, as a grown man, anyone sat you down and had a real, frank conversation about the profound connection between your sexual health and your overall well-being? For most of us, the answer is probably a resounding never. We came up in a generation where topics like this were strictly off limits, something to be snickered at, ignored, or swept under the rug like an embarrassing secret. And as we got older, did it get any easier? Not a chance. But here's the cold, hard truth, avoiding the conversation doesn't make the facts vanish into thin air. And the facts, my friends, might just shock you. Science, real, solid research coming from esteemed institutions like Harvard University, now tells us that regular ejaculation isn't just some youthful indulgence or a guilty pleasure to be ashamed of. No, sir. It's actually good for you. It actively supports the health of that vital walnut-sized gland sitting right below your bladder, the prostate. It helps keep your sexual machinery running smoothly, it's a fantastic stress reliever, and get this. It even significantly lowers your risk of prostate cancer. Think about the prostate for a moment. This small but mighty gland plays a massive role in your body, especially as you navigate your later years. It's responsible for producing the fluid that protects and carries your sperm, and it's intimately connected to your urinary and sexual health. As we age, the prostate has a natural tendency to grow, a condition doctors call benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. And for countless men, this leads to incredibly uncomfortable symptoms like that constant urge to urinate, especially in the dead of night, a weak and frustrating flow, or that nagging feeling that you just can't empty your bladder completely. But wait, there's more. The risk of prostate cancer, the second most common cancer in American men, tragically spikes with age. This is where things get truly fascinating. Groundbreaking studies have revealed that men who ejaculate frequently, around 21 times a month, have a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Why? Because every single time you ejaculate, your body is essentially flushing out toxins and those old, potentially troublesome cells that could otherwise accumulate in the prostate. It's like giving your prostate a regular, much-needed cleaning, a natural process your body craves. And no, this doesn't mean you suddenly need to be chasing after a partner every other night. We're talking about your solo health here. Masturbation. Plain and simple. A completely natural act that has been unfairly, shamefully stigmatized, especially for us older gentlemen. But the absolute truth is, taking care of yourself in this way is just as crucial as watching your diet, staying physically active, or getting those regular checkups. Think about it. We spend so much time, so much energy, talking about heart health, cholesterol levels, blood pressure, all incredibly important, no doubt. But how often does anyone even whisper about prostate health outside of those awkward, all too brief doctor's visits? Yet, this one small gland has a monumental impact on your overall quality of life. Ignoring it, pretending it doesn't exist, doesn't make the risks magically disappear. And here's something I really, truly want you to absorb: masturbation isn't just about that physical release. It's about staying deeply connected to your own body as we age. It's easy, far too easy, to start feeling like our bodies are letting us down. Joints ache, muscles weaken, and yes, sexual function changes, and that can take a real, devastating toll on your confidence, on your very sense of self. But regularly engaging in this natural act can be a lifeline. It helps you stay intimately in tune with your body, recognize those subtle changes, and maintain a healthy, positive relationship with yourself. It can actually reduce anxiety, lift your spirits, improve your mood, and yes, keep everything down there working exactly as it should. In fact, and this might surprise you, sexual inactivity over time can actually contribute to erectile dysfunction. Simply because the blood flow slows down, the muscles weaken from lack of use. I know, it's not exactly the dinner table conversation most men are comfortable with, but the more we understand our bodies, the more power we have to take control of our health, no matter how many candles are on our birthday cake. So, if you've stuck with me this far, fantastic. Because what we're about to dive into could truly change the way you think about your health, your incredible body, and yes, your pleasure. It's high time we stopped feeling embarrassed, stopped feeling ashamed about something so utterly natural, and started seeing it for what it truly is: a simple, powerful, and profoundly beneficial form of self-care that every single man deserves to understand and embrace. Trust me on this one, this is a conversation worth having. Now, let's shift gears and talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough attention: the incredible mental and emotional benefits of masturbation, especially as we gracefully navigate the journey of aging. You see, most people only think of it as a purely physical act. But what if I told you that taking just a little bit of private time for yourself, in the comforting sanctuary of your own home, could actually be a powerful antidote to stress, a natural mood elevator, and even a secret weapon for strengthening your immune system? Sounds surprising, right? Almost too good to be true? But it's absolutely true. Let's tackle stress first, something we all grapple with, especially as the years accumulate. The honest truth is, life doesn't magically become easier with age. In fact, for many older adults, stress can actually pile up: worries about health, financial anxieties, even the profound ache of loneliness, the loss of cherished loved ones, the shifting sands of family dynamics, and the monumental transition of retirement can all take a significant toll on our precious mental well-being. But here's where something so simple, so incredibly natural as masturbation can step in as a powerful ally. Every single time you experience the incredible release of orgasm, your body floods with a glorious rush of feel-good chemicals, like dopamine and oxytocin. These are the very same hormones that work wonders to reduce anxiety, ease nagging aches and pains, and create those wonderful feelings of deep relaxation and pure happiness. It's like giving your brain a natural, potent dose of medicine, without a prescription, without any of those nasty side effects. And the absolute best part? It's completely safe, it's absolutely free, and it's something you have complete control over, no matter your age. You don't need a fancy gym membership, you don't need to master some complicated routine. You simply need to understand that pleasure, that vital connection with yourself, and that act of self-care are still incredibly important parts of your life, even as you embrace your 60s, your 70s, and beyond. Now, let's talk about that incredible defense system your body has, your immune system. Did you know that regular sexual activity, and yes, that absolutely includes masturbation, has been directly linked to a stronger, more resilient immune response? Fascinating studies have actually shown that men who ejaculate regularly exhibit higher levels of certain crucial antibodies that help your body fiercely fight off those pesky colds, those annoying infections, and even more serious illnesses. Think about that for a moment. Taking care of yourself in this deeply personal way doesn't just feel fantastic, it actually actively helps your body stay strong and effectively fight off disease. And let's face it, as we get older, our immune system naturally tends to weaken, making this simple act even more profoundly beneficial for us seniors. It's also incredibly important to mention how all of this beautifully ties into your overall sense of well-being. Regular sexual activity, even when it's just with yourself, helps you maintain that vital connection to your own body, and that connection, my friends, is incredibly powerful. It serves as a constant reminder that you are still here, still capable of experiencing pleasure, still vibrantly alive. For many men, the aging process brings about changes to the body that can be difficult to accept. A little extra around the middle, a bit of muscle loss, those persistent aches and pains. Sometimes, these changes can sadly make you feel like your best years are fading into the rearview mirror. But staying intimately in tune with your body, truly understanding how it works, and giving yourself permission to experience pleasure is a powerful way to fight back against that negative mindset. It builds a quiet, inner confidence, it strengthens that fundamental relationship you have with yourself, and yes, it undeniably improves your mood. Because when you feel good physically, it becomes so much easier to feel good mentally and emotionally too. And here's another fantastic benefit: masturbation can even be a surprising ally in improving your sleep. If you've ever wrestled with those frustrating nights of tossing and turning, waking up in the dead of night with your mind racing, and staring endlessly at the ceiling, you are certainly not alone. Sleep problems are a common challenge as we age. But many men report that engaging in this simple act before bed helps them to deeply relax, release tension, and drift off into a more restful, less stressful sleep. So, while some folks might still snicker or feel a wave of embarrassment when this topic comes up, the absolute truth is that masturbation is a completely natural, healthy, and beneficial way to support both your body and your mind, especially as you gracefully grow older. It's not about replacing intimacy with a partner, although for some men, that might indeed be the case. It's about recognizing that your sexual health and your mental health are deeply, inextricably connected, and caring for one often directly means caring for the other. At the end of the day, this is truly about giving yourself permission to live life to the absolute fullest, to embrace the natural and inevitable changes that come with age without a shred of shame or guilt. Your body might change, yes, but your fundamental right to feel good, to connect with yourself on a deeply personal level, and to actively care for your own health never, ever goes away. So, the next time you're feeling that weight of stress, that pang of loneliness, or you simply need a moment of quiet connection with yourself, remember this: taking care of yourself in this way is not only perfectly normal, it's actively healthy, and it just might be one of the simplest, most readily available ways to fiercely protect your overall well-being in this incredible chapter of your life. Now that we've explored the fascinating mental and physical benefits, let's zoom in and take a much closer look at one small but absolutely crucial part of your magnificent body that's often, sadly, overlooked: your prostate. If you're like most men, you probably didn't give your prostate a second thought in your younger years. Honestly, most of us don't, until it starts making its presence known with some unwelcome problems. But truly understanding what the prostate does and why it becomes increasingly important as we age is absolutely key to proactively protecting your health. So, what exactly is the prostate? Well, it's a small gland, roughly the size of a walnut, nestled just below your bladder and in front of your rectum. And even though it's relatively small, it plays a truly significant role in your reproductive system. The prostate's primary job is to produce the fluid that makes up a substantial portion of your semen. This vital fluid acts like a bodyguard for your sperm, protecting it and nourishing it, helping it survive the arduous journey out of your body and into a woman's reproductive system during intercourse. Without your prostate, your sperm simply wouldn't have the necessary support to do its important job. But the prostate's role doesn't end there. It also strategically surrounds a part of your urethra, that's the tube that carries both urine and semen out of your body. And this is precisely where things can become a little tricky, especially as the years advance. You see, just like many other parts of the male body, the prostate undergoes changes with age. For a significant number of men, it starts to gradually grow, a condition we mentioned earlier known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. The word benign simply means it's not cancerous, but don't let that fool you into thinking it's harmless. An enlarged prostate can press directly against your bladder and squeeze your urethra, making it increasingly difficult to urinate comfortably. Maybe you've already noticed some of the telltale signs: needing to pee much more frequently, especially during those precious hours of sleep, struggling to even get the flow started, or that frustrating sensation that your bladder never truly empties, no matter how hard you try. These are all incredibly common symptoms of BPH, and they affect millions of men right here in the United States. And while BPH is indeed common, it's certainly not the only thing we need to be mindful of. The risk of prostate cancer also sadly increases as we age. In fact, prostate cancer holds the somber title of being the second most common cancer among American men, right behind skin cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, about 1 in 8 men will receive a diagnosis of prostate cancer during their lifetime. That's a pretty sobering statistic, and while many cases are thankfully slow-growing and treatable, it's still something no man should ever ignore or dismiss. What makes prostate cancer particularly tricky is that it often doesn't cause any noticeable symptoms in its early stages. By the time you start to experience changes like trouble urinating, persistent pain in your pelvis or lower back, or even the alarming sight of blood in your urine, the cancer might have already progressed to a more advanced stage. That's precisely why understanding your prostate and actively taking care of it is so incredibly important. And this is where our topic today comes full circle. Regular ejaculation, whether it's through sexual intercourse with a partner or through the private act of masturbation, plays a truly critical role in maintaining your prostate health. Every single time you experience that physical release, you are not just enjoying a moment of personal pleasure, you're also actively helping your prostate function exactly as it was designed to. You're effectively flushing out those old fluids, clearing away any potential toxins or stagnant materials, and keeping the entire system running smoothly, like a well-oiled machine. Think of it like regularly changing the oil in your trusty vehicle. You wouldn't dream of driving your truck for years without changing the oil, right? The exact same logic applies here. Regular maintenance helps prevent the buildup of things that could lead to inflammation or even, down the road, contribute to the development of those dreaded cancer cells. The bottom line is crystal clear: your prostate isn't just some random, insignificant part of your body. It's a vital, absolutely essential piece of your overall health, especially as you navigate your later years. And staying informed, truly knowing what it does, understanding how it changes with age, and actively knowing how to protect it can make a profound difference in your overall quality of life. Because the honest truth is, nothing about getting older should ever mean giving up on your health or your happiness. And taking care of your prostate is just one more powerful way to ensure you're around, healthy and strong, for all those precious moments in life that truly matter. Up next, we're going to delve into one of the most powerful and proactive ways to significantly lower your risk of prostate cancer, and why this simple, often overlooked habit could literally change your life. Now, let's talk about something that might truly surprise you, something backed by solid, irrefutable science: how regular ejaculation can actually and dramatically lower your risk of prostate cancer. Yes, you heard that right. You see, most men understandably worry about the specter of prostate cancer as they get older, and for very good reason. It tragically holds the position of being the second most common cancer among men right here in the United States. But what if I told you there's a simple, completely natural habit, something you can do privately, that could significantly help protect you? And it doesn't involve expensive treatments or complicated, time-consuming routines. A groundbreaking, major study conducted by the esteemed Harvard University, meticulously tracking the health of thousands of men over nearly 2 decades, uncovered something truly remarkable. The findings revealed that men who ejaculated at least 21 times a month were significantly less likely to develop prostate cancer compared to their counterparts who did so less frequently. 21 times a month. That might sound like a lot at first glance, but when you break it down, it's roughly just 5 times a week. And when you truly understand the underlying mechanism, it all comes down to one simple, Fundamental truth: regular ejaculation helps your magnificent body function exactly the way it was intelligently designed to. Think of your prostate for a moment. Imagine it as a vital filter within your body. Its crucial job is to produce and store that essential fluid that carries your sperm. But just like any filter, if you don't clean it out regularly, things can start to build up: old cells, various toxins, waste materials, all sitting there, potentially causing inflammation or even creating an environment where those dreaded cancer cells can take root and grow. Ejaculation acts like a natural, internal cleaning process. Every single time you experience that release, you are effectively flushing out those old fluids, clearing away any potentially harmful substances, and actively helping to reduce inflammation inside that vital prostate gland. It's your body's ingenious way of performing regular maintenance, the kind of maintenance that keeps things running smoothly and efficiently. And here's precisely why that matters so profoundly: chronic inflammation has been increasingly linked to a whole host of serious health problems, including, tragically, cancer. When the prostate becomes chronically inflamed over time, it can unfortunately create the perfect conditions for cancerous cells to develop and thrive. But regular ejaculation actively helps to prevent this dangerous cycle. It keeps the blood flowing freely, reduces stagnation of fluids, and actively supports healthy tissue within the prostate. What's even more empowering is that this incredibly beneficial habit is completely within your own control. You don't have to wait for a doctor's appointment, you don't need a prescription from anyone. This is something you can do for yourself, in the privacy and comfort of your own home, entirely on your own terms. And the potential health benefits are undeniably real. Now, let me be absolutely clear about something. This doesn't mean that masturbation or frequent sexual activity is some kind of magical shield that guarantees you'll never, ever get prostate cancer. Genetics, your dietary choices, your overall lifestyle, and yes, the simple passage of time all play a significant role. But the overwhelming research clearly shows that men who actively take care of themselves in this way tend to have significantly better prostate health overall. It's really no different than diligently exercising your heart to keep it strong and healthy, or carefully watching your diet to protect your blood pressure. Your prostate, just like any other vital organ, needs your attention too, and regular ejaculation is one of the simplest, most readily available ways to give it exactly that crucial care. I know this might still feel a little awkward, a little uncomfortable to talk about, especially for men of our generation. But that's precisely why we need to talk about it. Because far too many men suffer in silence, silently dealing with prostate issues only after they've unfortunately become serious and potentially life-altering. But the incredible truth is, you have the power to start actively protecting yourself right now. And please, don't ever forget that this isn't just about cancer prevention. Regular ejaculation also helps to improve crucial blood flow to the area, actively supports healthy erectile function, and keeps the entire intricate system functioning optimally. It's an integral part of a much bigger picture, one where proactively taking care of your sexual health directly translates to taking exceptional care of your overall well-being. So, the next time you might find yourself thinking of masturbation as something to be ashamed of, something to hide, I urge you to remember this groundbreaking Harvard study, remember the compelling science behind it, and remember that this simple, completely natural act is actually a profoundly powerful form of self-care, especially as we gracefully navigate the journey of aging. You've worked incredibly hard your entire life, raising families, building successful careers, contributing to your community. You absolutely deserve to enjoy vibrant good health and vitality in this next, well-deserved chapter of your life. And actively protecting your prostate is a vital part of that incredible journey. Coming up next, we'll delve into how masturbation also plays a key role in maintaining your sexual health and why staying active in this way could significantly help prevent common issues like that frustrating condition known as erectile dysfunction. So, please, stick with me, we're just getting to the really good, empowering part. Now, let's delve into another incredibly important and often sadly overlooked benefit of regular masturbation, actively protecting your sexual health and helping you maintain that vital confidence in your own body. You see, As men, we are often deeply wired to connect our very sense of manhood with our sexual performance. And as we gracefully age, the natural changes in our bodies can sometimes make us question that fundamental part of ourselves. Things might not always work exactly the way they used to, and that can unfortunately create a quiet, often unspoken, and growing anxiety that many men carry with them, rarely ever talking about it openly. The honest truth is, the natural process of aging inevitably affects our ability to both get and maintain a firm erection. Blood vessels may naturally narrow, circulation can gradually slow down, and those crucial hormone levels can also start to decline. For a significant number of men, this can unfortunately lead to erectile dysfunction, a frustrating condition that sadly affects nearly 30 million men right here in the United States. But here's the genuinely good news: masturbation can actually be a powerful tool in helping to prevent this. How, you might ask? Well, think of it this way: your amazing body is like a complex and intricate machine, and just like any machine, it needs regular use to stay in optimal working order. When you stop actively using certain muscles, they naturally weaken. When blood stops flowing freely to certain tissues, those tissues can unfortunately start to break down. Masturbation, in this context, acts like regular exercise for your sexual health. It actively promotes healthy blood flow to the penis, it helps keep the delicate tissues strong and resilient, and it plays a crucial role in maintaining the nerve sensitivity that is absolutely essential for healthy sexual function. The more you keep the intricate system active and engaged, the better your chances of avoiding those frustrating and confidence-eroding problems down the road. And this isn't just about the purely physical aspects of your health. It's also profoundly about your confidence and your sense of self-worth. When you actively stay connected to your own body, when you take the time to truly understand what feels good, what might be changing, and what still absolutely works, you naturally begin to build a healthier and more positive relationship with yourself. You gradually stop seeing sexual health as some kind of high-pressure performance you constantly have to achieve, and instead, you start recognizing it as a deeply personal connection, a vital way to actively care for your own body, effectively reduce anxiety, and feel genuinely good in your own skin. Many men, especially after they reach the milestone of 50, unfortunately start to carry silent, often debilitating fears about whether they are still good enough, and this extends far beyond just the bedroom. Losing that vital part of yourself can sadly chip away at your confidence, potentially leading to increased stress, social withdrawal, and even the dark cloud of depression. But here's the powerful truth: regular masturbation can be a potent reminder that you are still capable, still strong, still vibrantly alive. It helps you stay intimately in tune with your body's needs and its natural limits, and that invaluable knowledge is genuine power. It can also significantly ease anxiety specifically related to sexual performance. If you are in a relationship, you might understandably worry about disappointing your partner or not being able to perform sexually in the way you once did. That very pressure alone can unfortunately create problems, turning what should be a source of joy and connection into a source of stress and anxiety. But when you maintain a healthy and regular solo routine, you naturally release some of that intense pressure. You stay intimately familiar with your own body, you understand what feels good and what works for you, and you carry that newfound confidence into every single aspect of your life, including your intimate relationships. And even if you are not currently in a romantic relationship, that absolutely does not make your sexual health any less important. Masturbation still plays a vital role in helping you maintain that crucial connection to yourself, keeping your body healthy and your mind at ease. Remember, sexual health is not solely about intercourse with a partner. It's about your overall well-being, emotional, physical, and mental. And regular masturbation actively supports all three of these crucial pillars of your health. It can aid in better sleep, effectively reduce stress levels, demonstrably improve your mood, and yes, it absolutely helps to maintain healthy erections. It's a completely natural way to support your incredible body without resorting to pills, without the added pressure of performance, and without any need for judgment. So, if you have ever felt even a twinge of embarrassment or uncertainty about whether it's normal to masturbate as you get older, let me say this with absolute clarity: Not only is it perfectly normal, it is actively healthy. It is truly one of the simplest and most effective things you can do to proactively protect your sexual health, significantly boost your confidence, and maintain a sense of control over your own magnificent body as you gracefully age. At the end of the day, this is all about living your life to the absolute fullest, staying strong and vibrant, feeling deeply connected to yourself, and remaining confident in every single chapter of your incredible life. And taking care of your sexual health is just as fundamentally important as diligently watching your heart health, carefully managing your diet, or regularly monitoring your blood pressure. Coming up next, we'll bring all of this powerful information together and talk about why embracing this natural practice without any shame or guilt is truly one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in this remarkable stage of your life. Before we bring this important discussion to a close today, I want to leave you with one truly vital thought: masturbation is not just about pleasure. It is absolutely not some shameful, guilty secret or meaningless habit for men, especially as we gracefully age. It is, in its purest form, a simple, natural, and profoundly beneficial part of lifelong self-care. Somewhere along the way, our society unfortunately taught us that sexual health was primarily a young man's game, that once you hit that milestone of 50 or 60, you're somehow supposed to stop caring, stop feeling those natural urges, stop wanting that personal connection with your own body. But that couldn't be further from the absolute truth. Your body will undoubtedly experience changes, yes. Your energy levels might naturally slow down a bit, and things might not always function exactly as they did in your younger years. But that absolutely does not mean you stop being a man, and it certainly doesn't mean you should ever stop actively taking care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit. Masturbation is simply one of those readily available, personal, and private tools you have at your disposal to stay intimately connected to your own body. It's a fantastic way to effectively relieve stress, demonstrably boost your mood, proactively protect your prostate health, and keep your sexual machinery functioning optimally. And no, it is absolutely not shameful. It is not something you simply grow out of. If anything, it can actually become even more profoundly important as you get older. Let me share a brief story with you, a conversation I had not too long ago with a remarkable gentleman named Arthur. He was a vibrant 72 years old, a proud Vietnam veteran, as tough as nails. He shared with me that for many years, he essentially ignored his body in this regard. He figured that once he reached retirement age, things like sex and personal pleasure were simply behind him, a chapter closed. But a few years ago, after bravely dealing with some prostate issues and a health scare involving a potential cancer diagnosis, his doctor told him something rather surprising, that regular ejaculation might actually play a significant role in protecting his prostate and improving his overall health. At first, Arthur admitted he chuckled. "You mean to tell me that taking care of myself like that is actually good for me?" he asked his doctor, a bit incredulously. But the more he learned about the science behind it, the more it resonated with him. Now, he treats this aspect of his health just like his regular morning walk or taking his daily vitamins, an integral part of staying healthy, staying vibrantly alive, and staying firmly in control of his own body. The conversation truly stuck with me because it served as a powerful reminder of just how many of us grew up with this ingrained notion that we had to somehow choose between gracefully growing older and holding on to those vital parts of ourselves that make us feel truly alive and vibrant. But what if you didn't have to make that choice? What if you could absolutely do both? You see, there is no age limit on feeling good, no expiration date on pleasure, and there is certainly absolutely no valid reason why you should ever feel ashamed of doing something that actively protects your health and enhances your well-being. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, "I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with all of this," that's perfectly okay. It's completely normal. Most men of our generation were never taught to talk about these deeply personal things openly. We were often raised to simply tough it out, to keep things bottled up inside, and to pretend that we didn't have these natural needs once we reached a certain age. But the science is crystal clear, the potential health benefits are undeniable, and ultimately, the choice is yours. If there is one single piece of advice I can leave you with today, it is this: please, stop thinking of masturbation as some kind of dirty little secret, and instead, start seeing it for what it truly is: a powerful, readily available, and profoundly beneficial form of self-care. You wouldn't even consider skipping your daily walk if your doctor recommended it, or stop taking your blood pressure medication, right? So why would you ignore something just as fundamentally important for maintaining your prostate health, keeping your blood flowing smoothly, and keeping your confidence levels high? And for those of you who are in loving relationships, let me be absolutely clear: this is not about replacing intimacy with your partner. It's about beautifully complementing it. Staying intimately connected to your own body can actually make you a more present and engaged partner. You'll have a better understanding of your own needs and desires, you'll feel more confident in yourself, and you'll naturally remove that quiet, often unspoken anxiety that so many men unfortunately carry into the bedroom. Now, before we wrap up, I genuinely want to hear from you. What did you honestly think of today's topic? Be completely honest. Was this the very first time you've ever heard someone openly discuss masturbation and men's health in this kind of direct way? Did it surprise you? Did it perhaps challenge some of your long-held beliefs? Maybe it even made you think a little differently about your own well-being. Please, take a moment and drop a comment down below. And if you found today's video even remotely helpful or thought-provoking, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Here at Senior Wisdom, we are passionately building a supportive community where conversations like this are not off-limits, where we can talk openly, honestly, and with mutual respect about what it truly means to age well, not just in body, but also in mind and spirit. Because the honest truth is, getting older is an incredible gift, but it certainly comes with its own unique set of challenges that no one really adequately prepares us for. That's why we're here, to face them together, to openly share valuable knowledge, and to ensure that you never feel like you're walking this important road alone. So, what is the key takeaway from our discussion today? It's this: masturbation is natural, it's healthy, and it is one of the simplest and most effective ways you can proactively protect your prostate health, actively maintain your sexual function, and significantly support your overall mental well-being. It's not about simply chasing fleeting moments of pleasure. It's about actively preserving your quality of life, about giving yourself permission to feel good, to stay strong, and to embrace every single part of who you are, without any shame, without any guilt, and without any need for apology. Valuable lesson: embrace self-care in all its forms, including understanding and respecting your body's natural functions. Don't let societal taboos prevent you from taking proactive steps to protect your physical and mental health as you age. Open and honest conversations about these topics are crucial for a healthier and happier life. Thank you so much for spending this valuable time with me today. I sincerely hope you'll take what you've learned and perhaps share it with a trusted friend, a cherished loved one, or simply take some quiet time to reflect on it yourself. Because the more openly we talk about these important aspects of our health, the healthier and happier we will all ultimately become. Until our next conversation, please take excellent care of yourselves, stay strong in both body and mind, and always remember that your health is your greatest power. And here at Senior Wisdom, we are with you every single step of the way. If you found today's video helpful, or if it perhaps offered you a new perspective on this important topic, please do me a small favor and give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps us reach more folks who might genuinely need to hear this vital information. And please, don't be shy. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Have you ever previously heard about the significant connection between prostate health and masturbation? Was anything in today's video particularly surprising or insightful for you? I would genuinely love to hear your opinions and perspectives. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on the important and often eye-opening conversations we're having right here at Senior Wisdom. We are dedicated to building a supportive community where it's safe and comfortable to talk about real health issues openly, honestly, and without any judgment whatsoever, and we would absolutely love for you to become a valued part of our growing family. Thank you so very much for watching, and I eagerly look forward to seeing you in the next video.